Wrong monitor. There we go. Hello, hello. Here we are in a quick stream today because yours truly is not in the best shape. So we're gonna do it a little bit shorter today. Ooh. There we go. Did not set that one up yet. Okay, so we're gonna do some war factories. If any of y'all ever played some sort of strategy games, especially CNC, then you will know what is happening here. Let me just check something to be sure. Where am I? Back. Let's go to channel. Hey, Night Lurk, and the professor is here as well. Welcome, welcome. God, there was a window. No, mode. Always on top, that's what I want. There we go. And then let's go back here. Okay, once again, trying to do some sort of war factory. And I just grabbed an isometric grid from the interwebs. And I'm gonna build on this, let's see what happens. Squirrels are sneaky, hello sir. Welcome, it's been a while, eh? Excuse me, apparently I did not set up my Wacom pen button to be a middle button. Double click, we don't need double click, we need middle click. There we go. Very simple. I reinstalled my Windows not so long ago. Yeah, there, it's working. And we still have some growing pains. Scrolls are sneaky also, since I've yet to say it. Welcome to fatherhood. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Like almost every week, our son brings home some brand new funny sickness. This time around, I can't blame him because I got food poisoning all by myself. He was not involved in it at all. So I'm very talented when it comes to that as well. All right. Hey, Mr. Ruga is here. Aren't you headed to teach soon? You should have classes, right? Okay. Okay, so this would be like a basic thing. This could be a little bit thinner as well. We can do that in the next iteration, but I need some sort of roof system here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll probably need it in the middle of 3, and then comes like this, comes back there. A lot of projection going on if you're working with isometric. I actually never worked with isometric stuff, so this is quite fun for me. Looks like you're working on background for your graphic novel. No, sir, this is video game stuff. I'm trying to make up my own war factory for an imaginary RTS. The nostalgia. Let's see. And then this will project there. and then we come up until there, and this would be the back for that. Okay, maybe I could make this a little bit shorter. We'll make it a bit shorter, and back here we add some sort of control towery unit, something. I'm a sucker for some good isometric buildings. I see why. It is quite fun. It's almost doing itself, the design and laying out part. Okay, so let me make this a little bit smaller. And I'm like, you know what? We can bring this. I like the GDI bases from Tiberian Sun. So I'm gonna take this sort of exit there and add it to it. Looks a bit better. It becomes a bit bigger, but that's fine. We might cut off a little bit from it. No foreshortening to worry about, at least. See, yeah, exactly. So that's the nice thing about isometric stuff. You don't have to worry about any of those things, even though they're fun to think about. I'm gonna make it even shorter. Oop. And then it would come like this. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Now let's see, let's not make this one symmetrical because we have plenty of symmetrical units. Let's leave a bit of space there. So how's everybody else doing? I hope nobody else is having a food poisoning, because I have the second one in like 2 weeks. Not fun. I don't know who thought that it would be fun, but let me tell you, it is not. Let me see, we don't really have these sort of controlled units. Maybe it could be instead of controlled units. Some sort of chimney stuff. I don't like that, so that doesn't. I like the. Let's do control unit after all. I'm just gonna do something like this. Okay. There we go. Now we have sort of a little almost control tower like what you have on airports. First thing I heard in my head, seeing what you're drawing, insufficient funds. Hey, welcome Hubert. Indeed, you heard correctly. Although right now we still have sufficient funds. Let's see how long it lasts. That feels good. And then we're gonna add some sort of satellite to this one, and that can rotate around nicely. And then I did want to cut this short. I think we can cut this a little bit shorter. No need to be for it to be that long. There we go. Let's take some greebly stuff. So as I said, I don't think this needs to be this wide. So let's just make it smaller from there, like that. Night Lurk. I was drawing a crane and I ended up with a missile launcher. Now I'm thinking I could place this in your base as a defense tower. Well, there we go. We are getting there. We are getting this base up and running. I usually, shame on me, where are we? Here, there, there. I usually don't build defenses in the beginning. I hope that nobody attacks me, and then of course I immediately regret it. Did I not calculate something correctly? I guess we come a little bit lower. There we go. So that's where it ends. All right. I like all the little barrels and whatnot there. I like the semi-construct. Oh wow, that is not handy. We have no barrels there, no barrels there. Again, couple of construction materials there. Here we can see also some stuff. Let's see. I want to do something like this. Half, right? Let's go here to half, then here to half, and then it goes in there. And let's do another one. Pluck, pluck. And then we could technically also add something cylindrical here. Okay. Now obviously this is not as sexy if it is just an edge, so we want to make it a little bit more rounded. That already helps a bit. And like we do have some more turbines and whatnot. Howdy from Texas. Howdy, Houdini Bob. Welcome. Welcome. How's weather in Texas now? Are you guys having the big winter storm things again, or is it a calmer winter? We had somebody last time from Texas as well here. Maybe it was you. Okay, so we have some sort of thing that is a thing there. Let's steal some of these pillars. I like those pillars. So what we're gonna do is do something like this. Draw it out. And the good thing with isometric drawing is that you can easily just copy paste it, right? Because it's the same exact shape. Okay, let's connect this so it looks a bit better. Let's erase parts that we don't need. And again, erase parts that we don't need. It's looking more and more presentable, I would say. The only thing is now we have to repeat the same thing on this side as well, with these pillar-like things. Ooh, I did not draw on a new layer. That is not smart. This isn't as sexy as just an edge, so we have to make it edgier. Did I say edgier? That was a bit silly of me. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Now Now we're in the business. Okay, we can erase. There we go. And we're gonna paint over this. It still doesn't need to be perfect. The back here is not what I like. It has warmed up, raining now, high in upper 50s. Okay, I always forget what Fahrenheit grades are. Achala Kamara, welcome to the stream. Let's add a little bit of extension here as well. And I want to add one more pipe running down here and going around the back there. And there here it goes into something rounded again. Okay, I can live with this. So we can take away the grid. How big is it? Quite small. We can make it a little bit bigger. Well, actually, let me make it bigger with the grid, just in case I want to do some more changes. It's good to have, wow, you guys. Okay, let's do this not always on top. Maybe not that big, okay. Let's agree on this for now. Okay, this kind of works. We're glad to have you, Achala. Hubert Pepera, I think you should make top of tower more pointy scale, but these are the good guys. That's why I did the rounded thing. I wanted to go for the good guys. 50 Fahrenheit is 10 Celsius. Oh yeah, that is like normal winter temperature. I can live with that. Always on top. There we go. And then we need. Let's take a look at that. As I said, as you guys know, I'm not into edgy stuff, so let's round this a little bit as well. This can be edgy though. I'm fine with that being edgy. This technically shouldn't be as visible. So, yeah. Oh, just a sec. Hello, just give me 1 second. No, I wasn't. I just... And we're back. Sorry about that. Wife was calling. So did I miss anything? It's a drone factory. Could be. I mean, we see a lot of use of drones lately, so it very well could be a drone factory. I think I cut these off a bit too early. I forgot that here I can shift, click everything, because it is isometric. That is okay, that is fine. Since I'm here, I was thinking about adding a little bit of Ghibli-like stuff here. Something like that. We don't know yet what it is, but okay, actually let me do this. I'll make a new layer. Maybe a little bit lower, something like that. No. Okay. It's always good to just project, especially if you have several layers. No reason to not be sure about what's gonna happen. You should 3D model one of these and then 3D print it. Well, let's see if I like what we end up with. we don't know if we will like this thing in the end or not. It could be very, very ugly. Okay, now let's do the rounding. And then let's nicely double that as well. We are not edgy folks here. Let's see. But it could be a very ugly, cool pencil hole. You make me snort. I shall think about it. I could get rid of the. Oops. I could get rid of the satellite dish and put a hole in there so my pencil fits in there. That is something I could do. Let's just close this. Are we still correct? Yeah. Every now and then it's good to check your lines, and now we can go on the top layer. I like it when RTS buildings communicate through their design what they do. Yours has sort of like a control tower on top, so I think it spits out swarms of drones like a single unit of 5 drones. What was that? Give me a second. Okay, we don't need you at the moment. I need to remember. Control Shift A. Shift A. There you go. Bam. What was that? CNC red alert to drone factory. Was it something separate? I know. I thought you needed like a. Oh, there we go. It's this one. Oh, wow. That's not what I wanted. Thank you. Open image in new tab. There we go. Yeah, it was this one. So with 3 different things. Bloop. Close. Oh, actually, before I do that, just to be sure, let me close this here as well. Okay, back here. Okay. Same trick as before. Should be working splendidly. So this trick I use also when I don't work isometrically, but then you have to adjust things for perspective a little bit. Tuck, tuck. Let's connect all the way to the back, because that's how issues happen when you don't have a proper long running line. And then these we can also erase from there and have them end into that. It's not visible, that's not visible. These lines are not visible, these lines are not visible, and these lines are not visible. Sakpak looks okay. What game is the reference from? It's all Command & Conquer games. From Red Alert 2, Red Alert 3, Command & Conquer Generals, and Tiberian Sun, and also the third Tiberian game, which name is eluding me now. Okay. Right, now here, see, this is also a mistake again. What I said, don't stop until you're done with the line, and that is a little bit not super parallel, so we want to make sure that it is more parallel, just like that. It also has the little radar thing. Yeah, you determine your line weight by there the shadow will sit, or overlapping shapes, etc. So I determine, like my line weight here is a little bit all the way off. I will fix that at the end. This should definitely, it's good that you're saying something, because this line here, definitely too thick. Usually what I do with line weight is everything that's detail is a bit thinner than outlines, and then you usually also have two levels of detail, like ultra thin detail for like small stuff, and then interior line detail. Have any system for your layers? Not right now, because I'm still just drawing. So what I do is I have a baseline, and then for example here I create a new layer because I know that I want to draw over here. So I'm just gonna draw my whatever I intend to draw here, copy it, and once I'm done with this, I'm just gonna merge it down. My system is always a line layer and color layers, and then effect layers. Nothing really too complicated. Let's see, I think I could have gone, no, it's actually good. All right, well now I can erase, I can erase these layers. And actually see, none of that line is necessary, but I still did it to have it there. And it's good because it continues correctly. And then it's merged. What I do, I didn't do it now, but usually I do it, I just name it lines, and then this is the sketch, and then in between we will have the colors. Usually I would go and do all this detailing one step later, but as I mentioned in the beginning, I don't feel fantastic because of the food poisoning, so I want to keep the live stream a little bit shorter. So let's see if we can keep it under an hour. That would be nice. I have merge FOMO, and I always end up with cluster fudge of layers. I mean, if you name them, that's the one thing that can save you from cluster fudges, because then you should be set. The problem starts if you don't name your layers. When I was working in a creative environment with other concept artists, I did get Photoshop files where we were on layer 100 something. And that is not fun, let me tell you. At that point, you just create a new layer, fill stuff with white or the color or whatever it is below it, and just paint over stuff. It's just, yeah, it's not that much fun. Good morning, Patrick Hill Station. I'm in Florida at the moment, and yesterday went to Cape Canaveral to see a launch. Oh, how was that? That must be amazing, seeing something like that live. What was the launch about? Was it like refueling for the ISS or something completely different? Squirrels are sneaky. Have you been messing around more with Wiscom or whatever AI rendering product you were using? Curious to know if you found a place for it in your regular workflow outside. Honestly, I haven't. Since the baby is here, I can barely keep up with work. Like now I decided to push myself to resume the live streams again. I have client work that is right now also. I have a commission or an art exchange that I'm a little bit ashamed because I'm really late on it, and the other person has delivered already. So no, I haven't. I mean, I'm following other people who still use Wiscom, and if I've seen correctly, their sketch to 3D is getting better and better. I actually saw a person sketch out a mech, then sketch the separate parts of the mech, generate 3D models of it, import the 3D models into Blender, fix them up a little bit, and then he had a big mech that he could move and position and pose as he wanted. So that's pretty cool. And I will probably want to do some more. I'm gonna be honest though, I am a little bit also annoyed by AI now. It's like when I look for stuff on Pinterest, every third, fourth image is AI generated. I had to unsubscribe from many people's on Instagram as well, because they just started posting more and more AI generated stuff. And I don't mind if you use AI, but I would still like to see that most of the creativity comes from you, and it's still quite, if you don't change anything in an AI picture, it is still quite palpable that, oh, okay, yeah, this is AI. Okay, that we can merge down. Naming my layers, but how else will I spend extra hours fixing out the number? You could use Photoshop that loves to crash. That seems to be a good way for you to spend extra useless time. Like honestly, I thought about making it's even open. I thought about making a live stream series where I try to learn Clip Studio. And I might still do that. It's just Photoshop is so ingrained, and I can work so well with it that I feel like it just takes so much time to get, like I have my shortcuts, I have my brushes, I have everything set up the way I like. And Clip Studio is just very different so far. Falcon 9. Oh, a Falcon 9, nice. The 3D model generators are horrible for the industry. I mean, everything technically is horrible. I know what you mean. We had 3 children, had full-time jobs, and tried to do a bit of sketching now and again. Wow, man, see that, like this, I find people who have more than, like, just parents in general have a completely different respect from me. But like several kids, wow. to be fair, if I understand it correctly, our child is a little bit hyperactive. He just does not stand still, and he's barely 6 months old, so he's not even crawling, but he's super annoyed because he wants to go places and he can't crawl yet. So he's just frustrated a lot. Okay. It's everywhere and I can't find anything humanly authentic anymore. Exactly. That's like, I mean, it has its values, but Jesus, can we just do normaal, as the Dutch people would say? It's really too much. And everything, it's honestly, it feels like, what was it, NFTs and Bitcoin and all this stuff? Like, this is the new tech bro stuff. Everything has to be AI. They generate absolute garbage, meshes that only make games use a ton more resources. Oof. I didn't even think of that, that's right. But that's why I thought that if you would import that anywhere, you would have to rework it. Like, it's not super fast, but I imagine it's already speeds up your process a little bit. Okay, that's the entrance. Okay, then we had this little thing here in the back. Let me bring down the opacity a little bit. Pinterest is the worst now. Yeah, I know. There used to be no AI text for searches on both Google and Pinterest, but are no longer. No, because Google also just uses AI. Everybody pushes their new AI on you. I wonder if I can use AI to name my layout. Oh yeah, well there you go. I think that's you probably can do that with a Photoshop action or something as well. I would show. I think unless you guys are somewhat new, I can show you an action in a minute that I use to color my stuff. Well, not color, but what's the correct word? Separate things. We already had problems with devs making games with horrible performance due to bad programming. Now we also have bad meshes. Well, bad programming now is also just copy-paste from AI, right? So, I mean, I've been doing a whole bunch of indies lately, and for like AAAs, I started gaming more on PlayStation, even though it's a little bit of a heresy, because I always was PC Master Race, but it's just optimized, and I don't have to worry about it not running, and I don't have to update my PC all the time. So yeah, I am a traitor to my nation, I guess. Hey Robert, long time no see from Malaysia. Hey Dan Shelley. Depends what you search for. I generally look at 3D models with hand painted textures. Yeah, I can't do those yet. That's a good exclaimer there. The yet part. Okay, we don't need. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just erase it in there. It will be fine. It will be fine. Don't need that or that or that. There we go. Opacity go back up. That's pretty much it. And now I can do some detailing. So we take away the grid. We add another layer and bring the opacity on this one down again. And like detailing wise, I mean stuff like small rails that are holding our pillars there. Copy paste a couple, cancel, we don't need to save yet. Then you can customize Krita the way you like. Yeah, you can customize Photoshop the way you like as well, you guy. I don't need to relearn everything, that's the point. I commit to a sketch every day on Instagram. Yeah, that was killing me, man. I just gave up. I was like, nope. I'm not gonna torture myself. Let's make the side a little bit thicker. Okay, and on this side as well. And then down. All right. Already a little bit. I mean, you don't want to never just leave it as it is. Let's add some exhaust vent type situation. Let's do the whole copy paste thing that we love doing. Okay, what else do we want to do? Maybe split this after all. If we build, I think that the Russians didn't have a separate airplane war factory, so their things were flying out of there, and that could be something that we want as well. Or you just want to show how the thing is built. Both work. Okay. It's like old proverb goes, teach your kid to draw early and they sit still forever. Something like that. Sounds good. Worked in consulting engineering and we built models like this using Bentley software. Bentley software, is that like specialized automotive software for Bentley? Let's do alarms. One here and one over there, maybe a bit more towards us like that. Okay, that looks good. I'm just gonna double this line. Okay, now we can do our little control tower. PlayStation has a performance policy for game devs. Basically, if it runs bad, they won't allow it on PlayStation. Well, there we go. It's also something that as I get older, I just have less patience. When I was younger, I didn't have problem with trying to redo everything a million times and reinstall and find the best setup for it. Why are you jumping? But as you get older, you just have less time and less patience. Can I do CV, edit, transform, flip horizontal? Yes! Ha! I play the system. We can push it just a bit up. There we go. Now that is just nice. Okay, let's bring the opacity back. Oh, it was different here. Okay, let's bring the opacity back up on this one there. Looking good. Oh no! Here I forgot to erase here and there and there. And then I'm also gonna, so here there was a question about line weight, because this is the bottom part of whatever that is. I double it, so it's a bit of shadow. And then I erase that part as well. Okay, this is looking pretty okay. Let's just add a couple more details. AI art copies creates from an algorithm. It has no creativity itself like people. No, but that's what I'm saying. So if you don't just use just to generate something, but use that to create your own art, either to get inspired or you use parts of it, I'm mostly fine with that. But I do want to see that you put in your own sweat. These are a bit too big, but hey, it is what it is. Andy Gorman, welcome from not Down Under, but the neighbors of Down Under. I have an old copy of Photoshop which continually crashes, so I can't use it, thinking of deleting it. Well, if it's not working, yeah. Found about this one, loving the design. Thank you. Sergio Cavallo, hola. Alien, hey, long time no see. No, Robert, it's a database engineering software used by most engineering companies. AG highways, bridges, minerals, mining stuff. You can animate. Oh, okay. I did not hear of that one. To be fair, I haven't really done proper engineering stuff in a long time, so I'm a little bit out of touch with stuff. Okay. I think, I mean, I could and I might work a bit more on this, but what I want to do now is just bring in those slightly thicker outlines, as I said before, just to make it pop a little bit more. I feel like the concrete slab of a building is a bit too excessive, as in too big, you think? And the government, you know, if you make a hangar, you need to make a plane or orbital defense fighter bomb. It's not a hangar, it's a war factory. So technically it's supposed to produce your tanks and everything. Go. Man, these old 2.5 isometric games slept so hard. Slept, not left. CNC Stronghold, Diablo. Oh, yeah. Simple factor. We did. I agree. It's because gaming became popular, and then all the people saw how to make money, and then now games are there to make money for the shareholders. And it's not just a talented team of people who are passionate about making a game. At least that's what I see. But I am old and jaded, so maybe I don't know. Alright. Has a nice outline. Oh no, this one we can outline a bit more as well, just because this is overlap. So another area where I like to use thicker lines is in overlaps. And now I see that I didn't erase here, so let us do that quickly. Graphic dot, I don't know, like I take a 2.5, like an isometric thing like this over generic Unreal Engine 5 game any day of the week. Go. More. Can I marry you? Sorry, already married. maybe the next life. But I'm off the market. Feels a bit too big, yeah. Well, so this concrete slab, I was looking at this, which technically is even bigger than mine. So I think I did okay, but I do like that black and yellow stripe thing. Let's see if we can implement it quickly. Okay, so we're gonna do something, pixels, yeah, there we go. Maybe a little bit bigger. What do I have here? 10. Let's make it 15. One up. One up. Obviously this is too dark, so I'm going to take away from the darkness, but it is a fast and easy way to make yourself a couple of lines. And now we just do a Ctrl-Shift-I to reverse the selection, erase everything that's not needed, bring it down to maybe 50. I don't know yet. I'll leave it in there for now on a different layer, but I don't know yet. Oh, a long time no see indeed. Were on my streams lately, and I was somewhat busy when. Yeah, I was also not streaming, so don't forget the random weird oil tank on the slab. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, let's bring it up. 1, 2, 3. Erase everything that's in the back. We don't. Oh, where is this? Okay, what is this? Okay, what is this? Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can merge from 1, 2, and 3. I'll just do a slight outline so it's a bit more understandable what's happening there. And obviously it needs to be a little bit smaller because it's too big. And what would happen if I would also do this? No, I don't like it. We're just staying with this as it is. Oh, before I merge down, let's erase these little lines. Not a fan of those. Trent Kaniuga, I never know how to pronounce his name, who worked in the game industry, has developed his own game and owns nothing to shareholders. It is exactly. So there's a few people like, and that is also why indie market is working and not AAA, because people who are actually passionate about things, they're gonna do their own indie game. Like Trent. True, we got stuck in a rut with some games companies just churning out what we quick dollar, but compared to some of the earlier games like CNC and WoW, the graphics have improved. Well, that's the taste thing. I still prefer CNC Tiberian Sun's look over many modern RTS games, because many of them, they don't have art direction, it feels like to me. They just take assets and just build something. There's little no artistic expression in PBR, realistic render games. Exactly. Hand-drawn games are regular lower Dota. I mean, if you look at StarCraft, or StarCraft 2, sorry, that still has character to it, but it is also clearly not just asset farm. They built their own thing, everything. It's not supposed to look realistic. The whole idea is for it to have its own style. Trent Cunningham is a legend on YouTube and has done hard yards. His Twilight Monk side scroll is a graphic masterpiece, I feel. PBR rendered games seem to be the flavor of the moment. This might change in a couple of years when the interest lowers and the memory falls. The thing is, the games that are going to be made by the big companies are the games that bring in money. And up until now, it was all the live service games, which now thankfully a lot of them started failing. But like small games, like Trent's game, Hollow Knight, these are, it's rare that they really become a huge success. Let me see, can I filter noise, add noise? Gosh, monochromatic. Too much, my friend. Okay, and then filter, blur, Gaussian blur just a little bit, not so much. Just want to take off the edge a bit. There, this is already a bit more palatable. We can also make it a bit darker now. Yeah, this I like more. This I like more. I think Red Alert 2 had the best visual out of the 2D RTS games. It's hard. At this point, I think it's all taste. It's a matter of taste, which one you like more. I was a CNC Tiberian Sun person. That's my favorite. But nobody would ever fight you on Red Alert 2 looking amazing. Okay, so here's the little action that I talked about before. I selected everything outside the area that I want to color, and I go to my fill with white, and then all of a sudden I have a layer here below it that I can fill like this, and now I can color on this if I want to. Very, very convenient. Let me see if I can do just a quick gray pass on this one. Okay. It's all been too generic, no real world building or good storyline, not in a while. That's it, yeah? They don't care about, you don't need story for multiplayer games, right? It's very simple. Why would they invest into story into a multiplayer game, or in a multiplayer game? Okay, everything else is technically in shadow. Maybe, no, that should also be oof. This one probably not in shadow, and this one here. What we can do is just make a new layer, clipping mask, call it shading, and fill this, and then we can change this at any time we want to. Go. Now to do the rounded little area. And I'm just gonna erase parts here just to give it a bit more separation / shiny effect. Where's my music? I need music. Please, more music, thank you. Go away. I'm not 100% sure, but I think CNC Tiberian Sun had pre-rendered sprites, not 2D art. For the whatchamacallit, the units for sure. I think no, they both were pre-rendered sprites. So the mechanical units and also the little people. I agree with you. Lol, the next generation is finding Roblox to have more storyline. Drawing from all directions to simulate moving in space. Okay. Then this area is in shadow. Clearly, this area is in shadow. Let's deselect, we don't need that, and then just fill that one. The hell is this? It's like this, wow. Guys, tell me that I'm doing nonsense there, it's not working like that. Okay, actually, I'm gonna make this a bit darker. Okay. And then we can do this gray. All right, and then from here, we would need to color it. So we will do that probably in one of the next streams, because right now I'm a little bit tired, but I feel like we are good. It's like an hour's. So just so you know, this is an hour's worth of drawing. Some people are faster, some people are slower. It is what it is. There, we have a little war factory. All right, gents. Rugai also went out. I am gonna go and lie down a little bit and try to recuperate some of that energy. Thank you for joining. Very appreciate it. Hopefully see you. I'll try to do this sort of a schedule. The Tuesdays, 3:30 until the baby gets a bit older. Then we can move back to Thursdays and move that away. All right. Thanks again for joining me, and hopefully see you next Tuesday.